Dang, ba-dang, bam, ba-dang, bam, ba-dang, 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 bam, ba-dang, bwah. Bwee-doo, bwee-da-boo. It is time for Doctor Who. Ba-doo, ba-doo, bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-bum, bum, 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 ba-da-bum, ba-ba-ba-da-bum. Dr. Hooch.
Everybody.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Doctor Whoocch. It's been a minute.
My name is Brandon.
I'm Danica.
I always never tell her about that theme song.
No, I always forget it exists.
It's so good. Alan!
Alan's here.
Let's
Yay.
go. We've had drinks. As is tradition.
We got ourselves ready. I don't know.
Oh, we'll be more ready.
Yes. So we are going to be talking about the 3 Doctor Who specials that have happened the last 3 weeks. We are also going to be doing it with a guest, which is so much fun.
Yeah.
Because it always adds a new element to the podcast. So, and we're doing it live, which is, I'm just like so scared that Kit's going to just jump and spill everything.
Live for the second time ever. This time, not on Twitch, because we had to jettison it after a whole bunch of racist comments.
Into the moon with you, racists.
Indeed. I watched a bit of our last episode, essentially, from forever ago, and boy, were we distracted, and boy, did we vaguely talk about the comments that were coming in.
Yeah, it was not good.
So no Twitch, you're on notice for being Twitch.
Yeah. So as you can see behind us, we've moved the studio to the dining room. We will figure out the lighting, because of course we always have crappy lighting. But the sound is always good.
Yeah.
Because we bought actually good sound record.
It's the last one was long enough ago that we didn't have any of this.
That's oh god.
Yeah.
Well, now you can hear our drunkenness in high def and 4K and stuff like that.
In 3D.
It's like we're coming at you.
We might have a kit shortly here.
Yeah, okay. Would you like to welcome in our guests, because they're going to celebrate us with celebrate with us
with a traditional Doctor Who shot.
Yeah, those are words I was trying to say. Also, this is Kit. We have 3 of the cats out. That might happen. I'm just really worried about her knocking something over.
Like the alcohol.
Or the camera. No.
Yeah. Miss. Thank you.
I've got this just in case.
So, as a lot of you know, the traditional Doctor Hooch opener is drinking something that is a mistake. We cheated a little bit this time due to short time span whatsits. And so we got a concocted shot.
A store-bought mistake.
A B52, which is coffee liqueur and orange liqueur. But then we're going to chase it with banana.
So we're going to actually have 2 shots.
We're gonna do it real quick, but for the first time, no, some other people have done the shots with us live.
True. Yeah.
For the first time live, though, we have friend of the show, friend of our store,
and friend of our hearts.
Indeed,
Austin.
It's your boy.
Yeah. I don't have that.
No, thank you.
I have.
Let's not do nieces, because that's a weird thing to do when we're here.
Yeah, my 7-year-old and 5-year-old niece cheering us drinking.
No.
They like banana.
Nope. I'll do that.
There's the note button. Yes.
Yeah.
Nope button.
There's the note button, and there's the big yikes from me button.
It's a bit loud.
Yeah.
Turn it down a bit.
I don't have them. Measured. Not at all.
Who
And
needs
then there's
measurements?
unlabeled ones, so we're not going to do that.
No. Okay. Let's not get distracted by the soundboard.
I'm just going back to the first one. Boop. All right.
Oh my god. So Austin, you have been mixed a mystery shot in the proper tradition by your partner.
God.
So we are very excited.
I
we're gonna
delightfully asked my partner to mix me a shot, and they got up disgruntled, and I went, "Oh, I'm about to feel pain."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy. All right.
Uh,
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
uh,
Oh. Ugh. Oh God, how are you doing? That's the response. I'm gonna go with the banana now.
That's the traditional Doctor Hooch that happens.
I'm dying.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. Yeah. No,
So what did yours taste like?
Mine was just straight fireball. There was disgruntlement. I felt pain.
Please give her my regards. That's amazing.
I did as requested. Enjoy.
It's true.
I'm crying.
I did ask her to hurt you.
Yeah, that's fair.
It was pain.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
That's
you
the way
know
to
it's
start. I
good
feel
when it's
warm.
burning all the way down.
I feel like a warmth burning though, not like a fire burning. Like I'm gonna die burning.
No.
I feel a will to live burning.
There you go.
No.
It's fine.
You'll bounce back.
Ugh.
All right. So there's been 3 60th anniversary. 60th?
Yep.
60th anniversary specials that have happened. Oh yeah, because we've been together for a while.
We have. We're ancient.
Yeah. We are but dust. We went to see the 50th in theaters.
We did.
Yeah.
I was in high school when that happened.
Get out of it. Just
Austin, please leave. Please leave the chat.
all right. No.
Oh, no reminding us of your age. It's not fair.
Yeah. So this was fun. They didn't really like hammer down like they did with the 50th, which I understand.
The 50th seems like a bigger milestone.
Yeah. And back then too, I'm just like, man, there's a whole lot of JFK information happening around this time. And it was because the show was supposed to debut on the day that JFK was assassinated.
That came up in one of the 50th anniversary things.
Yeah. And then they pushed it back a day, basically. So twinsies.
We are actually watching Mad Men, him for the first time, and they got to the JFK episode. And so we started talking about Doctor Who.
Yeah, we're like, oh wow, this is that time.
Yeah. Nothing else happened on that day.
No,
nothing in particular. Nothing newsworthy.
No.
Nobody knows.
But we were like, what about the nerds in the world of Mad Men? They're like, but this new show I heard about, it sounds cool.
Certainly the guy from My Chemical Romance has no idea what you're talking about.
No.
I wonder if it got over here at that time or if it was just like British. Like I don't know how Doctor Who aired over here or when it started.
I have no idea.
You want to know what's wild? I have that information.
Oh yeah?
Oh please.
Yeah, it aired through CBC.
Oh, like in Canada.
Yeah, it got licensed. The 5th Doctor forward, it aired on reruns here about 3 or so months after through CBC.
Wow.
That's why a whole bunch of episodes that were missing from the first 2 were found here because they were going to air them. So they had prints, but then they just never did. So they found a couple here.
Oh, that's cool.
That is very cool.
Nice.
I always find it so wild that like a lot of Doctor Who was missing because they were trying to save money and just like destroyed things.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Just so wild. What? Like why? This television thing, it's all disposable. No one will care about it when it's done.
That show's not going to be on for much longer.
I mean, look at their budget. How can they afford to last?
It's made by a lady and a foreigner.
Oh God.
What could it possibly do?
so much with the money and the opportunity they were given.
So
Yeah.
much. And now they teamed up with Disney.
Yeah, and so watching Doctor
my
Who with an
God.
actual budget is so
Yeah.
weird.
The money.
Oh.
They
Like-
spent money.
Like, I know a lot of people be like, oh, it still looks really cheap. But in context of Doctor Who,
Yeah.
like, no, that was dripping. Uh,
From minute one when the intro rolls, I'm like, oh my god, they spent money. Oh my god. Oh my god, they redid the whole
So
thing.
pretty.
it's super pretty.
And then like the third episode, which we'll talk about later, but like the extras, just being able to hire hundreds of people to run around and scream. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And oh boy, all of them were so good. I loved everything about these coming back. I am very big on kind of the Russell T Davies style.
Mm-hmm.
We used to compare it when we're in the midst of the Moffat run, and we would say like Russell T Davies always felt like him being like, "Isn't this fun?"
Mm-hmm.
And Stephen Moffat always felt like, "Aren't I so smart?"
Mm-hmm.
And let's not talk about the guy after that.
Yeah, exactly, right?
The less said about that guy, the better.
Yeah. And so this very much, all of this felt like a return to, isn't this fun?
Yeah.
And that's perfect for these days. Oh my goodness. So what's the first episode called again?
Boop, boop, ba-doo.
The
The Star Beast.
Oh.
Hooch.
Okay. Because I'm very professional, I'm going to read the IMDb description.
Yay.
Do it.
The Doctor is caught in a fight to the death as a spaceship crash lands in London. But as the battle wreaks havoc, destiny is converging on the Doctor's old friend, Donna.
What?
Yeah.
I remember her.
We
So
love
can
her.
we, okay, before we get too far in, they released the Children in Need little 5-minute mini-sode that happened.
Right, I forgot to show you.
What? You
Austin
watched it?
sent it to me.
You watched it without me?
I did not watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, this is
Rude.
I'm gonna steal the
Let's do
show,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So for this charity event that happens in the UK called Children's in Need, Doctor Who is like usually one of the mainstays. For
Mhm.
one of them in the past, they did Doctor Who Meets the Muppets. It's always awesome, fun. It's the same Doctor, by the way. So in this one, in the Children in Need, he lands on Skaro, and during the time in Dalek development, they hadn't come up with the name of the Dalek. The grabber was wrong, and the Doctor's bumbling about changes enough of the history that the Daleks now look how they look, like the salt and pepper shakers, like we know.
Okay.
The main thing to know about that, though, is that Russell T Davies,
Russell the Davies. Yep.
Russell the Davies, has been, he's evolved in just like the world has in what was okay and what wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And so the gentleman that was in the wheelchair who played Davros when he originally wrote isn't a wheelchair user, right? Isn't accessible that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of putting him back in the wheelchair and putting an accessible actor in the wheelchair, they just wrote Davros as if he walks on two legs.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
And people didn't like it.
It's not
Surprising.
Doctor Who fans didn't like a Doctor Who thing? I don't
Oh my God.
understand that.
The Doctor Who fandom is notably chill.
Notably.
Yeah, absolutely. Has no problems with probably a lot of the things that happened in these 3 episodes.
Oh boy, I have not looked at the internet yet.
Particularly the one Danica was just about to read off.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
one
it
of-
was really fun and I really, really enjoyed it.
Oh, we're gonna watch it immediately after this.
Yeah, that's fair. How rude.
It's like 5 minutes.
Austin did send it to me and just like, you need to watch this after. And I was like, we will do it. And then I did the rest of the FOCs instead. I forgot.
I mean, working is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Excuse me.
The books need to be ordered.
It's fine.
Or else we get no books.
Mm,
So yeah,
peaceful.
the Star Beast,
the Star Beast.
based off of a Doctor Who comic in the UK from
Published
Pat
by Marvel.
over here, published by Marvel.
Yes.
But that was actually a reprint of basically Panini over there, who had done that stuff, and it was by Pat Mills, who has done a lot of 2000 AD work, and Dave Gibbons.
For a part of that British invasion stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun story about that. The BBC, as you saw on the first episode, written by Russell T Davies, and then based off a story by Pat Mills and Dave
Super
Gibbons,
neat.
which was really cool. The BBC gave them money for it. Really cool. The BBC gave Panini money for it. Very cool. Panini gave the creators $0 from that. They just kept all the money, and like they got paid by BBC,
Yeah.
but not by the people who commissioned and published their work, because comics.
Honk.
Yeah.
I feel like I
Great.
need another shot now.
Oh yeah, let's not talk about comics. That's depressing.
Who likes comics?
But funny enough, so the antagonist of this episode, I have been chasing that Marvel Doctor Who run for the last 10 years or so.
Oh yeah.
And 2 days before the episode came out, I had completed the run.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh, that would have shot up so hard.
Yeah.
Like,
It did not
you've been
at all.
In money.
Oh, it didn't?
$5
I
extra
guess
dollars.
it's reprints.
I love that the speculators didn't care for it. That makes me laugh.
At all.
They care about the weirdest things, so I just think it's funny when they're like, nah,
Yeah, it's
not that. Okay.
But that's really cool. I'm really happy that you got that run through,
Mhm.
because that's a fair chunk of stuff.
Yeah.
And who's Dave Gibbons these days, right? Whoa.
Young upstart
Just
Dave Gibbons.
Just a little guy
Just
just
trying his best.
trying to do good work.
Yeah.
So we start off with our sweet boy. He's come back, and
Mr. Coiffed hair.
indeed,
Oh, his hair was so long. Oh my
Yeah.
Love
God.
it.
Just so much hairspray and gel.
and like honestly, good for him at this age.
Oh, yeah.
Because like I watched
That
John Cena
man has
recently.
aged gracefully, and I hope to age like that.
Did I beep? Did I beep something?
You might have beeped
I
something.
might have beeped something. My bad.
Um,
I'm gonna push this
like
way.
I've seen John Cena wrestle recently, and I've seen him try and do
Oh.
his hair, and you hit certain camera angles, and oh no, sir, no.
No, age is coming for us all.
Yeah, he's got the old back bald spot happening here, just creeping this way, and he's got his front stuff, and he's just like, yeah, it's me, John Cena. I got front stuff.
Do.
No,
Rap-a-do. And
you can't see my bald spot.
yeah, you really can though. When he hits the ropes, and you're like, oh, buddy, oh,
He needs that hat.
sir, just shave your head like you had it back in the day. Just do that. It's also probably why one of the main reasons, other than he's a goof, why he went to all the Peacemaker premieres with his big old helmet on.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes
All
sense.
right. Back to Doctor Who. We've done comics. We've done wrestling.
Traditional Doctor Who, Doctor Hooch. So we've got Tennant with his coif. We have the reappearance of Donna and her beautiful family.
I love her family. Even her mom. I've warmed up to her over the years.
Yeah.
I did not like her in the original run because you're not supposed to.
No,
right?
you're not. No.
Right? And then I was like, oh, you're back. I missed you, you curmudgeon.
Yes.
Well, especially because like a lot of her role right now was basically, no, you get away, because I know what happens
Get
if
the
she's
hell out of my
remembered.
house. What are you doing?
Yes. I love when she was trying to hide him and he's like a foot taller than her. And she's like, he's not here. He's not here.
We don't know who this person is.
He's a giant.
Super great. And things are going down. The Meep are here. They seem fine. They're very cuddly.
They're very cute and totally innocent, and nothing bad will ever happen.
Nothing bad will ever
Nothing bad,
happen.
Ever.
They're not the problem,
Mm.
except they are the problem.
What twist?
They are also the definitive article.
Oh yeah, that was sweet.
So the shenanigans are all happening. We meet Donna's wonderful daughter, who is very artistic and just trying to do good. I absolutely loved how they handled all of that.
Yeah, Rose was amazing. And Donna's husband is such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
That's the most
he's-
himbo man to ever hit Doctor Who.
He's so sweet.
The
And
most,
I love him to death. Please, nothing bad ever happened to that man.
the most wife guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. And I mean, married Donna. So of course,
Yeah.
Correct.
there's
Correct.
no way Donna marries somebody who doesn't adore her.
Oh yeah,
Right?
like there's no power struggle there. He's just like, you're the boss. I'm good.
Yeah.
Whatever
Absolutely.
makes
I love
you
you.
and my daughter happy, I'm game.
Yep.
Mhm. Absolutely.
So great. And so the way that everything kind of curls into it is that Rose has like an online craft store where she makes these animals, and so that's how she can hide the meat when she meets it
Yeah.
in the shed.
Oh, I'm just a little meep. I do nothing wrong. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
The funniest part is all of the gobbles that are goobles or whatever they're called are all monsters
Yep.
the Doctor has interacted with.
Yeah, they were really cute.
That
and
was
I want them. I want them. I want them.
I'm sure there were at least some of them. They were very sweet.
Oh yeah, they could make so much money off of that.
There's
I mean,
so
we have a
much.
couple Doctor Who plushes. Literally, like I have an adipose on the shelf right now.
And we have garlic at the store.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
For anyone who hasn't heard the story, one of our customers' daughters was very young at the time, and so she was calling our Dalek Garlic. So that's his name now.
That's garlic.
Yeah,
They thought
Garlic
we
the
were
Dalek.
exactly. They thought when we said that's a Dalek, they're like a garlic.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, that sounds
Yes,
great.
honey. Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, and he's yellow, so it kind of works out. He's in
Yeah.
the right color family.
Yeah. So he hangs out. He's a store guardian,
Yeah,
along with a little bamf that another customer made for us.
yeah, Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
I move him around the store sometimes so he can bamf.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the plushies. We have the adipose. We have a Cyberman. We have a blue Dalek at home.
We do have a blue Dalek
Actually,
at home.
yeah. And what am I missing? TARDIS, and they all make the sounds.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah.
all of them. I don't
Yeah,
think
adipose doesn't make sound.
That would be so creepy.
It's just a baby.
They just make baby sounds, and I don't want that in my
Can't
house.
just
No.
make baby noises. Anyway.
No, thank you. I should watch the adipose episode again.
Yeah.
On a rewatch, 100%. I'll tell you right now, it holds up.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know how many times we've rewatched Donna's series.
Oh my goodness.
So many times. It's my favorite. It's still my favorite to this day.
It's because it's so good and their dynamic throughout all these episodes is perfection. Like it's just
Yeah.
ridiculous. To the point where there's a beautiful ending for all of them, which I was just like, of course, this is exactly what we need. I don't care if this is fan service. Yeah, I'm the fan that you're servicing.
Yeah.
Service me. I like it. I agree.
Yeah.
So the trouble's going down. The earth is in very much jeopardy.
9 million people.
And you figure out that why Donna's brain isn't exploding right now. Well, it's because she had a wee bairn, and that is split off, and that's why a lot of her creations are based off of old villains and friends and whatnot. So now Donna can survive. She can live and continue to go on some adventures. And my goodness, this definitely felt like a mea culpa of just like, Donna was great. Everyone loved her. I'm so sorry we made her sad.
Yeah, we weren't really gonna kill her. We promised.
We promised not to make any more sad.
Yeah, we would riot it in the streets.
Oh my goodness. Could you imagine if she died at the end of this?
No.
Oh.
No. She's
For
made
a hot
secret.
second,
Mm.
the thought went through my brain. I was like, if that happens, riots.
Yeah.
Riot
Oh,
today.
yeah.
The BBC is getting a Bad Wolf Productions is getting an angry letter.
Absolutely.
Dear sirs.
Get out your tiki torches and pitchforks.
For whom it may concern, how dare you?
Dear King Charles.
It
pains me to write this. For one, I have to refer to you as king.
For two, I am not your cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do not belong to you.
No. So beautiful first episode.
Mm.
Donna's like, so like I'll just pop in real quick.
You just skipped over like the entire plot.
Yeah, we have so much plot and we're like
Okay.
half an hour in.
Okay, cool. I just wasn't sure if you were just like flitting away from it or you actually knew what you were doing, because sometimes you don't. I have to check in.
It is true.
So how they solve the meta crisis, which is like the big plot at the end of it all, is the final words that Donna says when the doctor has to shut down her brain and like put all those locks in place is binary, 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 and then she,
Mhm.
and it's a binary scare. It's either the doctor or Donna.
I like it.
But once Donna has a child, the scale is no longer binary, which means now there's a non-binary, which makes her daughter.
Ding.
I love it. I think it was very well written, and I don't think it was tacky at all.
No.
I think it handled Rose very well. She was written very well. She had agency. She had her own thing going on. There was like the kind of one moment where the grandma was like, okay, Miss
But that would be a normal, right? If that's a part of your family, everybody's going to have the conversation when they're not in the room.
Yeah.
Just like, am I doing this right? Like,
and it was kind.
Yes.
Like there wasn't any maliciousness to it, which I find a lot of things that tackle the subject matter include cruelty to be like, but it's real. And it's like, no.
Mm.
We're making something up. We can come from a place of kindness. We can model kindness instead of like, this is how some people have to live. Yeah. And it sucks, but we can model something else.
And there are haters because there are people in the street as Donna and her daughter are walking that call her by her dead name and refer to her as the as the wrong gender, because that's real. Yeah. And it's one line and happens one time.
Yeah.
Because that would be the real, and that happens.
And they're discarded and put in the trash.
Gone.
Yeah, and I found that having those questions within the family was kind. An act of kindness of just like, I don't quite know what I'm doing in this. Can I call her beautiful? Of course you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, all genders should be called beautiful. Everyone's beautiful.
Absolutely. We are fairly gender fluid in referring to our cats, honestly.
Oh, totally.
We have a lot of fun doing that, actually.
We actually kind of make jokes about it because a lot of people with pets can be very gender centric. So it's really funny because obviously humans and cats are very different, but the human spectrum is millions of, and then the cats are like, oh, you're a good little boy, aren't you? You're a boy, even though you got your balls cut off.
That was a tweet that was going around of just like, me, gender is a spectrum. Also me. Hello, handsome. How are you doing, my good boy?
Look, there's one.
Yeah, there's our good boy now in his butt. He loves showing his butt.
He really does.
Yeah, Max is my good little boy. I have started including him and Squee and the girls because now they're outnumbered again. It's 3-2. So they're all my sweet girls. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, beautiful first episode sets up everything up for a second episode that's, dude, Are you serious? Boop.
I don't want to go. Wait. I don't want to go.
I don't want to go. Uh,
God damn. Get.
you almost knocked over mom's wine, and that's a big crime. That's a crime.
That's my TARDIS wine. Don't do that. Look, I don't know if you can see, but there's a TARDIS.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of our other ones says time to get wibbly wobbly.
Yes, it does.
Amazing.
It was given
Absolutely.
to me by my parents because they know who I am.
Yeah.
Correct.
So yeah, this is the Doctor Who thing I am olding now because I could have worn my I am a bad wolf t-shirt, but I also always have I am a bad wolf on me, so it felt redundant.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh yeah, since the last time we did Doctor Who, I got a Doctor Who tattoo.
It's beautiful.
I got it in January, but yeah, we haven't done this. I don't know if I can even do this. Just gonna.
It's pretty great, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope that was okay because I bent my arm.
The tattoo artist is in our building.
Yeah, she's great.
She does not
So
have a phone for her business, and it is because she is busy tattooing people and does not want to stop to answer the phone. So she does emails.
Too busy
and I was
making money to pick up the phone. Absolutely.
Oh,
Perfect.
she is very busy.
And that was the thing. I was just like, if there's ever a proper reason to not have a phone for a business, that is it. Like when I'm working, I cannot answer the phone anyways. You email me, I will get back to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
So, so the Star Beast leads into.
Wild Blue Yonder.
Thank you.
Hey, yeah.
The spooky one.
Oh my god, it was so good.
So-
All right.
So online, in preface to this episode,
Yeah.
they showed kind of the Doctor and Donna, and then they showed another character, and then they showed nothing else. And it is my personal headcanon that they showed nothing else because that is the villain.
Yep,
The
100%.
nothingness?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. All right. The TARDIS takes the Doctor and Donna to the furthest edge of adventure. Ooh. To escape, they must face the most desperate fight of their lives with the fate of the universe at stake.
What I loved about this so much is that they're like, all right, so we have like a little kind of a 3-episode season. And they did sort of like your fun opener, get everything in
Tick all the
going.
boxes. Yes, we're
Yeah.
back.
And then you have your bottle episode
Yay!
where they would
Love
have
a good
done,
bottle episode.
Yeah, they would have done like they've done a few times where like the characters appear for like half a second or whatever, or it's mostly a Doctor or mostly a Donna,
Or it's Blink.
yeah.
Mm.
And this was one of the like our traditional low budget, essentially more or less 2 actors episode.
It really was.
That's so much was it that?
Yeah. And they didn't have to, but it really felt like this sort of, we know who we are.
Mhm.
We know what this is. And if we're doing Doctor Who, even if we have money, we're doing a bottle episode, damn it.
Yeah, because like who among us does not want to see the Doctor and Donna just be for an hour? I loved it. I thought it was great. And then boom, doubles of them. So you get to see 4.
Yeah.
Right?
And going through all their trauma and
Oh,
and
the
ex-
conversations.
oh my God. Oh my God, he cried.
Ah!
I was like, you're gonna make me remember the flux and make him cry? Damn you 2 ways.
also the other thing that really got me too, which is sort of more along with the non-binary stuff, just a quick Tennant Doctor being like, oh, I didn't realize I'm this way,
Yeah.
in terms of like kind of like a bisexuality type of thing, just sort of like,
Which is
Oh,
not new.
No.
it's not new, but the
Because he made out with
realization,
Jack and didn't say anything about it.
it's just that acknowledgement that didn't and more or less couldn't happen before,
Right.
and
Oh, yeah.
now all of these things are happening casually.
Right.
the stuff with Rose, those are casual conversations instead of like, we took a lamp, we hung it. Look at this. We've done it. Same
Yeah.
with this. It's sort of it bypasses. It's a thing that happens, and it's a nothing in this larger conversation.
Actually, that entire scene was great because not only did it have that realization, but it had the canon that Wilf was still alive, which was so meaningful because a lot of times when an actor passes, his character will also die in whatever show.
And Russell T Davies like, no, that's the heart and soul of my whole show, and he will remain if I can keep him.
Oh gosh, and he's like, no, Wilf is alive. He's 94, so he's chilling. He's really old.
We had to look it up.
I know. I remembered him passing, and I was like, wait a second, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I was like, is this like a weird hologram situation? Are we being weird? But he was there for the shooting of that episode, and then very shortly after couldn't be a part of the show anymore. So they still have him existing, and they kind of shoot him in off angles in the last episode.
Yeah.
But
shark. Oh, that's not where you go, buddy.
No.
Don't
Can I?
Yeah.
Listen, Can I read? So there was going to be more, and after Wild Blue Yonder aired, and we got the "Hello, Me Old Soldier," which makes me cry every single time I've seen that clip now. Russell T Davies is very active on social media, for better or for worse, and so put out a thing, a couple days after Wild Blue Yonder happened about Wilf.
Tell.
Farewell, old soldier. That's good night and goodbye to our beloved Bernard. Wilf is mentioned in dispatches next week. All safe and sound, don't worry. But that's the only scene Bernard was able to film. We had a wonderful time. We'd never lost touch in all these years. So I phoned him up and asked him to come back. He sniffed and said, "Let me see the script."
Go!
We had a wonderful read-through with 120 people, at which he was adored by one and all.
Oh.
A lovely dinner in Cardiff, where he regaled us with tales galore, twinkling as ever. And then the shoot in Camden. You can see in Doctor Who Unleashed and read next week's Doctor Who magazine how much he enjoyed that. And then we had a little bit more written, but it wasn't to be. At 93 years old, the old soldier had given us his best and stepped away. Good night, Bernard, and thank you. I love you.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, tears, so many.
And it's almost actually kind of beautiful, too, that they mentioned specifically that Wilf was 94 because Bernard only made it to 93.
Right.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's Doctor Who's biggest fan, and I tell you what.
That's time traveling right there.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is actually really cool. That little bit of extra time travel. He got an extra year.
Yeah, he did. He did. Even that scene in the beginning of the third one where they had like a double.
Yeah.
Where Donna's like, "Get my grandfather to safety."
Mm-hmm.
And all of unit would look, "Yes, Mom."
Yeah, they're like, "We know who the boss is here." Yes.
Oh, that's the other thing I really loved.
Because they're all soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And he was one in World War II. And they go, I kept him.
Yep. There's no questions asked here.
And Donna, even the through line of her feeling fairly listless, but being really good at this stuff, and Unit just being like, "So what do you want?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
and they're like, we'll give you 60. And she's like, 120 plus vacation. And they're like,
and 5 weeks vacation.
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely. Whatever you say.
Oh.
And just like, it's this
it makes it feel lived in.
Yep.
Yeah. And it also doesn't feel like it cheapens anything that's happened before, because Donna's always been sort of listless.
Yeah, always been like a temp and always fly by night. And yeah.
Oh, as a former temp, I have those feelings. I know exactly how she feels. Where you enjoy temping, but you really just want a place to land. Yeah.
And when anyway, we'll get to that episode when we get to that episode.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
A little out of order here.
Well, that's fine.
It's Dr. Whooch, baby. That's tradition.
Right. So their doubles show up. And they don't know.
The know things.
A little bit. Oh God, they were creepy.
My arms are too long.
Oh, I hated my arms are too long. That's the new hey, who turned out the lights? And I hate
Ah!
Yeah, it's so wild. I loved that you have these 3 episodes and you have essentially this not spoken but like unspoken mandate to be like, okay, we're gonna resolve things. We're gonna have these characters talk to each other. We're going to leave them in good places, because you know we're in these times. It's all fine and good to kind of
Sorry.
Dr. Hooch.
It was empty and
Yeah.
closed, but I still feel kind of bad about it.
It's all fine and good to sort of be a bit dour in sort of like simpler times, right? You can get a bit more drama and it feels sort of more lived in or whatnot. But like these days, my goodness, everyone needs some wins. And this whole series was kind of about wins.
Yeah.
You have the Doctor and Donna really hashing out problems that they had with each other.
Yep.
Feelings of abandonment, feelings of the Doctor just being the Doctor and always.
Why would I ever sit and
Nah.
have these conversations? Because there's problems to solve. There's a universe to save. Why would I ever do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of that stuff, having them discuss it with each other in this very intimate way, but with also hiring an extra to do the backwards crab crawl.
Oh yeah, there was
Crazy.
a behind the scenes little video that I saw on I think must have been Blue Sky.
Yeah, I think you sent it to me on Blue Sky.
Yeah. Side note, I can't get on Twitter anymore because I left it, but I didn't delete my account, so it's still sitting there, but I can't log in. So if you're following me on Twitter, good luck with that.
If you're following me on Twitter, don't.
Yeah, it's fine if you don't, because I won't know.
Yeah.
I pulled back, and then I think there's some kind of deadline where I think you just couldn't get back in. So like, I don't. It's fine. Like I was gonna leave anyway, but I was like, oh well, I wanted it to be my choice.
I'm thinking we use the end of the year to stop the store on.
Yeah, I was
on Twitter
waiting for you to do that. Yeah, we need to anyway.
Threads is happier.
Sorry?
Threads is happier.
Really?
We're hanging out on Blue Sky, honestly.
Fair enough.
Blue Sky, because there's a lot of comics people there. A lot of artists.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, Comics Blue Sky is on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Comics
depends on what you're
people
looking
adopted
for.
it quite well.
What the hell was I saying? Legit don't remember. Before I started talking about my Twitter like an idiot.
We've been on a wander. We were talking about the
A wild blue
Doctor and Donna talking with each other and really going over their.
Oh yeah, so like they have these weird conversations where there's the part where they don't know that they're talking to a double, and then there's the ones that they do, and I'm like, you're still talking, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Because in both of them, they really want to talk about what happened. What have you been through? What
they do?
Because they're the best of friends, and don't you want to catch up with your friend and not continue to just move on?
Yeah, and then the fact that she remembers the 15 years that they were apart.
Yeah,
because of the Dr. Donna thing coming back. So
they're all in her, like
everything that's happened to him, and she's like, "What have you been doing, my dude?
Like, what is the flux?" And the audience is going, "Please don't make me care."
We tried. It was in a puppet show. It was fine.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna get to the puppet show. We gotta back pocket it. We gotta.
I know.
It's perfection. It's all you needed to do. I loved I loved watching it. I loved them talking about their stuff, and then when the Doctor finally realizes
he can't help himself
talking to his friend, he just clams up and just stops. And it's like, it's such the Doctor, but the overall arc of this,
so human.
Yeah. The overall arc of this, and that's why the ending of these 3 episodes is so perfect, is you get this exploration of like the Doctor is sort of this, always like this, always this, well, I need to need to do my wanders. I need to fix things. I need to keep doing these things. And
But my guy, here, let's have a meal. Nobody says you got to stay forever. Let's just we have to get to episode 3 proper before we finish episode 2. We have to finish 2 before we get to 3.
Okay, let's finish 2.
That's just how good these episodes were.
Yeah.
Because you're sitting there thinking they're their own pieces. And then when you actually really think about them and the emotional beats, and that's the thing that Russell T Davies does so well, is a lot of showrunners would have little bits and pieces and be like, see how it all fits together? Plotty, plotty, plot. And Russell T Davies was always like, see how these emotions work together and come together.
Yeah, like you could watch it as a 3-hour movie. Like it all makes sense going one and the other, especially 2 and 3, because they come back at the end of 2 to Earth and find everything's just been shot to heck.
Yeah.
Oh, what a segue you set yourself up for.
Bow, bow.
But yeah, that is where we see Wilfred, and we get the Hello Meal Soldier, and it's just one of the most beautiful, like, 1.5-minute scenes, and then immediate closure, and then it goes dun dun dun, and I'm like, no, give me more. What do you mean?
Oh god, I know. When he showed up, I was like,
and because like I didn't know.
I actually, I hadn't been spoiled, and I was so happy about that.
I know. I was sitting there just like staring, just being like, no, that's him.
Yeah?
That is him. Is it? It is. It has to be. No, yes.
We literally looked at like the shooting dates, and then when he passed, and we're like, oh my god, it was him. Because like sometimes you don't know. Sometimes they do like the deep.
Listen, they've got money. They don't have Disney de-aging money.
No.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
You know, there's only so much you could do to David Tennant. Like it's just...
Yeah. That dude is 15 years older. It was funny. It's funny.
And married to his daughter.
I know, right? But also,
and his father-in-law is himself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's living the Doctor Who life here. It's fine. It's fine.
There was that tweet that Georgia had sent out a little while back because David Tennant had been awarded like a DILF of the year or something like that. And her tweet was basically just like, please nobody tell him, he will be insufferable.
Yeah. Once he figures out what DILF means, he will be insufferable.
That's exactly, yeah. It was like, if he ever figures out what this means, I will not hear the end of this.
Nope. Sweet bean. But
yeah, they seem very happy.
I'm happy for them.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, you have the crush and you're like, oh, he has a real life. How dare he? But then you grow up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Who falls in love with a skinny noodle man who runs around all the time? I don't know.
He was just my type.
I don't know anybody like that.
I'm telling you, I have a type.
I don't know anybody like that.
There you go.
Silly man who doesn't make sense half the time, but takes you on wild adventures. Yeah, it sounds terrible.
Who would have ever? Anyway,
you and me. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, beautiful episode with a lot of creepy body distortions. In the second one,
I didn't know I wanted more Doctor Who body horror, but I got it and I loved it.
Yeah, it was really wild. It hit all the right notes of sort of like the weird kind of bottle episode, the weird kind of puzzle episode. And
Donna being freaking awesome about figuring stuff out, and like the Doctor was like guessing stuff, but then he's like, I did it, I said the thing earlier, and I'm like, you guessed like 8 different things, my dude.
Yeah,
it doesn't count.
Yeah, you don't get to take credit for the shotgun effect.
No.
Beautiful little string man. And yeah, loved the episode, even though like a lot of times when the body stuff would happen, I'd be like, that's not okay even at all.
Laurie's got a point. He is the correct choice for DILF of the year.
Yeah, 100%.
Most years, yes. Once he's had a child, he's that guy,
and he's got 3 of them.
Dear God.
And he's a grandfather.
Don't no. That's not okay.
We're not. No. That's
He's not that old. Stop.
in-
Stop talking the
in,
truth.
in proper Doctor Who parlance. What?
What?
Oh yeah, we
What?
missed out on when Donna mentions Rose and he just goes full what?
He goes, what?
Like 18 times, and
What?
I'm like, pandering, pandering, pandering.
I'm being pandered to. I'm being pandered to.
Yay!
And I like it. Give
Yeah,
me
oh,
more.
totally. They made him say what as many times. They made him say brilliant.
Yeah, that was the one I was trying to.
love it.
I was trying to remember. There was the
Yeah.
one in this last episode that I was like, what was it?
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
It's because the
Blah.
B is always a capital B.
It's-
even if in
It's
the
like
middle
he holds it right here in his front and then brilliant.
sentence.
Brilliant. Brilliant. I can't do it. Nobody can.
Nobody can. He's just a special young man.
And it hits so well, and you're just like, oh, it just like.
I'm back.
bleh.
We're
Oh.
back.
So where are we in the second episode?
The end.
more or
Yeah,
less.
Yeah.
More or less, it's kind of.
They solved the puzzle.
Yeah.
They blew up all the bad thingies.
They got home. The TARDIS.
Yeah. The TARDIS
Right, the
can't-
TARDIS left
the
and came
TARDIS
back.
Ran because
Yeah, the HAD
Smart.
system kicked on.
right.
And
Which
it is.
isn't a new thing,
Oh.
new fans. This is an old thing. The second Doctor used the same thing. It's been a thing.
Ah.
I
I figured it was an
I-
old thing. I just didn't know from when.
And I
No,
love
it's fine.
everything about that solution too, because it's also very Doctor Who, where they're like, here's this big problem that's impossible.
Yeah.
And then they go, but the solution is it's so dangerous that it's fixed. And I'm like, of course it is. We're
Of
Doctor
course.
Who.
Of course. There's
Of
always an
course.
answer. You've got 60 years of history. There's an answer somewhere. You know, like he
Yeah.
brought up quite a few things, from before his time, of his time. Like you mentioned the Shadow Proclamation. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
he
yeah,
did.
girl. You loved the Shadow Proclamation. No other doctor
did.
talks
I
about
did.
the Shadow Proclamation as much as you do, 10. You crazy bitch. I love you.
Leave it to the guy to bring up the rule book.
Oh, God.
The guy
Yeah.
who breaks all the rules. Anyway, we'll hang on. I gotta keep up with the
Hold
rules
yourself
again.
back. Hold yourself back. Let me at him. Let me at him.
All right. So, third episode, this week's episode, The Giggle.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Quick. Hey.
Nice.
Quick IMDb description for those. The giggle of a mysterious puppet is driving the human race insane. And then a GMC ad came up because why not?
Boo.
When the doctor discovers the return of the terrifying toy maker, he faces a fight he can never win.
That description is mean because it kind of ruins the reveal.
It really does, but
Neil Patrick Harris
delightful.
playing this, like it's as if someone tapped him on the shoulder and was like, "Do you want to play as camp as humanly possible?"
Yes.
That's a
And he went, "I would love to sing, dance, and do card tricks."
Oh my god, the spice of your life scene was insane. It was actually on the same level as Rasputin.
Yes.
And that was freaking awesome.
So
Yes.
I feel like this was also sort of like a Russell T Davies, Neil Patrick Harris being like, also sort of that like shared like, so queer stuff is rad, right? So
Right.
we're going to ramp this up. We're
Right.
going to
oh, don't you mean camp this up?
camp this up. Yeah.
That's right.
We're going to go all the way for it, even to the point where
Full
he's
tilt.
like, you dropped the accent, bud.
Yep.
Because I was sitting there and he's doing his accent, and I'm like, this is the garbage that I do when I'm pretending to be Hans Gruber Anderson.
This is real Count Olaf, and then it went, "Oh no, you're scary."
Yeah.
Yeah.
His German accent was delightfully terrible.
and it plays into the character of just like there's the showmanship, there's these like you said too, the doctor loves just being like, I trapped you in a rule. The rules of this character with sort of the outlandish, like, I am an impossibility, I cannot be contained, more or less.
I'm too gay to function.
Yeah, I have fought gods, deities, and masters,
Uh-huh. Yeah. And stolen
tr-
their teeth.
and hid them in my teeth, and then I
Oh
have
my
one.
goodness.
What are you, a doctor, going to do?
Yeah, exactly. You're just a Time Lord. Like, ooh.
And I also really liked I didn't know going into this that it was an old villain.
Mhm.
The flashes caused me to just sort of like scroll on the phone and be like, ooh.
So this is a trick that only Doctor Who could do, because the last time we saw the toy maker on television was 57 years ago.
That's amazing. I do like that they did the flashes of the actors back then
Yeah.
because they needed to, because some people still don't, when Doctor Who references something from the old Who, they're still like, it's made up and it's terrible and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, it was here before. It's fine.
Yep.
Yeah, and I love everything about it, because there's Russell T Davies really did meter out bringing back a lot of the old concepts, and you could see him sort of like sitting here with this one and being like, all right, so there's this weird thing off to the side that I can make into something really cool. Like, this isn't the end of, I bet we see Neil Patrick Harris again.
I hope so. I mean, the last
I wouldn't bank on it for the first season without him.
Yeah.
Oh.
But based on how he folded into nothingness and his tooth fell out.
Well, not
Yeah.
folded into nothingness, put in a box.
Oh, I loved how Kate was like, put this in our deepest vault and line it with salt, because that's what you do for demons.
Yeah.
Also,
So like
Kate.
he's
Yes.
sitting there. So if it's not this season, then it's going to be the classic like Russell his last series where it's like, all right, here's Torchwood, here's Sarah Jane, here's the main Doctor Who, here's the Master, here's all the companions, here's all of this happening.
Aw.
And I
Yeah.
could see that coming up. Obviously we're going to be dealing with the Master Tooth.
Yeah, and whoever
I-
took it at the end.
Okay. I have a running theory that the lady who grabbed it is going to be played by Jinx Monsoon, the notable drag queen from Canada's Drag Race, is playing a villain in a season of Doctor Who yet to be confirmed on where and when.
Right.
A Canadian.
I do remember hearing of this casting.
Jinx Monsoon is also coming to town and is doing a big drag Christmas show. And I'm like, do you think I could pay like VIP and like ask like one question?
They're probably under an NDA.
Yeah, but like, what if I
Yeah.
get a, you'll see, you know? I'll take a we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, honestly, the way that
Anyway, I'm convinced that's the Ronnie.
No, really?
I'm convinced.
Just
I'm
because the
convinced
nails?
it's the nails, it's the way she showed up last. I'm a big fan of that season. It's I don't know, we're pulling like weird stuff out of canon now.
Yeah,
So like
it's true.
anything's up for grabs. And I
Yeah.
love it.
It's true. That would be a
Make
good
me go
twist.
back, make me think about it, make me try to overthink the writer, and then go, oh, it's this. And I want to go, of course it's this.
yeah. I love that Doctor Who's fun again.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did like the Chibnall season.
I enjoyed
seasons.
it. I really enjoyed him.
We kind of addressed the Moffat of it all, of just sort of like
Oh my
the
God.
too clever by half stuff.
Right.
but-
What does the crack in her wall mean? We'll never know.
Yeah. And honestly,
It's 4 things, isn't it?
the things that we keep going
Cracks
back
in
to,
walls are like women, Austin. They're mysterious and nobody knows.
the things we keep going back to, it's always the Russell T Davies stuff.
Correct.
Absolutely. Like,
Don't get me wrong, there's lots of highlights from the Moffat stuff.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Heaven Sent and Hellbent, his episodes I will return back to crazily because I think they're just absolutely stunning. But that's exactly it. It's the bottle episodes where it's the
Yeah.
Doctor parading around with himself, going, how many seconds in infinity? I'm like, I don't know, keep telling me though.
Yeah. And like the Moffat episodes of the Russell T Davies seasons are standouts too.
Right.
Yeah, it's when he's contained, he's
Yeah.
much better. When he was showrunner, it was just like vomiting everywhere.
I think our end game with him was truly the episode of Sherlock where Sherlock stands in a room full of women explaining to them in great detail how women are treated poorly. It's like the special back after the second series or whatever, and he's just like, you did this because of how women are treated, and just like explains to them their plot, their reasons, and everything. And we're like, I know what you think you're doing, but you're literally having a dude explain feminism to women who are fighting for that cause. No, you are not the smartest boy.
Oh my God.
Not you,
Max,
buddy.
Buddy, you're the smartest boy. Yeah.
Max is the smartest boy. I agree.
We said that, and he went, "What?"
He went, meow. I'm like, oh, buddy. He's dumb as a sack of bricks.
He
man.
really is.
He's so smart.
So
He's
the doctor challenges the toy maker to a game,
Yeah.
yes.
and just before the game gets challenged is a walkthrough of all the things you missed if you stopped watching Doctor Who right around when Tennant left.
Oh, with the little puppet, the puppet
The
show.
puppet show.
That made
So-
me sad, even though I hate puppets. I was like, and then this companion died. This companion died. And I was like, oh.
Right, but it's
no.
Amy and then Rory Erasure, and I won't stand for it.
Yeah,
He
only-
died in canon.
He
Stop
did.
that.
I'm stopped.
But calling like the writing and being a little bit meta, going, well, I guess that's all right then. They lived happy lives, didn't they?
Yeah, and his
You
accent
abandoned
completely
them.
dropping. I loved that.
I love that the shitty little bitch part was always in the American accent.
Yeah.
The captions even would state
Yes.
like American.
Well, that's all right then.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
then that's all right then.
And it was like this extreme close up of, well, that's all right then. And I'm like, whoa, okay.
And
Right.
and the general overall plot, which Chibnall really tried to do with his episodes, but would really just kind of push it too hard.
Or I'd pin
Sort-
her out at the end and go, but what does it mean, sir?
Yeah. The push of everybody thinks they're right, and it's causing a destruction to society.
yeah.
And that gentle push in the episode, instead of like, and this is what we're saying about the world.
And the internet and the whole thing and
Yeah.
the whole bit.
Yeah, there were a lot of Chibnall episodes which were good, and we definitely talked about how the world needed a
Yeah.
sledgehammer and not a gentle nudge. But yeah, they were very obvious.
Yeah, like
Which is fine.
exactly like our stance at the time, and honestly, I still believe like
Mhm.
subtlety didn't do the job.
Yeah, now people
No.
need to be slapped in the face with it.
Yeah.
apparently.
No. But unfortunately, Chibnall's not the guy to like write the
Nope.
slap in the face. But we
No,
learned
no.
we learned this week Russell T Davies is the guy to go,
He is
Yeah.
the dude.
hey,
Yeah.
how about thoughts? Can we have them, please?
Yeah, he can say it, he can show it.
Yeah.
You know, you have Kate Lethbridge Stewart embody it
Oh my
and pull back and go like,
God.
Oh,
what was that?
Oh, that was so scary.
and then the
Um,
doctor looks at them all and goes, but it's you. On the inside, it's you.
Yeah, it's
It,
human.
it, it may be the spark, but you, the human race, are the flame that like continues it burning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
That did
damn.
worry me. That did worry me that they pushed Kate too far, because a lot of things like that are things that you generally do keep in your mind. You would maybe believe, and that's why you're saying them. It's not like you're under a spell or something. So
Yeah.
when she said that thing about her friend, I was like, oh no, no.
And then she immediately turned around and apologized, and they went,
yeah.
it's fine.
And
And I mean, it's really not, because
Yeah.
like there would be some trust issues after that, you
Well,
know, because that character is wonderful.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
like-
you know, like not all people who use wheelchairs need to use them all the time, and
Yeah.
you cannot discount them for that
No,
reason.
exactly.
So that line, I was like, oh, okay, you went too far.
Well,
like
and
the script went too
And
far.
that was the other part too. I loved the depiction of someone with quote unquote disability, but is still able bodied.
yeah,
There's this range, and it's never portrayed. It's just sort of like it's always to borrow a phrase for the theme, binary.
Yeah, and
Right.
she was standing at certain points in the episode.
Yeah.
And I think we do need to have obviously a million times more representation about disability and such. But I still feel like there's going to be some trust issues there because like nobody was saying anything they didn't already have somewhere in their heads.
Yeah, and the thing that I liked about it the most is basically the implication of you know, there's this thing that we have, and given poor situations and access, like a lot of us just turn into garbage people. And it goes all ways. I adore your father. He is not a dude who does his research. He is very much on the left.
You might be watching this.
Yeah.
That's why we started with love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to check the things that you post. It's for everybody.
Right. This was a great episode to like go, hey, like your screens are a little poisoning you. But
Yeah.
Let's all take a step back. Like the screens are a thing. This is not something that we look at and drive. And this is the thing that drives a personality. It is more like, yeah, this is just how we're all connected. And it stays there.
Yeah.
Right. Once we got rid of the giggle, there are still people online that are, you know, exactly what
online.
the giggle
Yeah.
helps portray.
Yeah.
Especially in Doctor Who fandom. But anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a poison well of its own.
The
right.
One of the reasons why I'm happy about the modern collapse of social media is I have not seen horrible takes.
Hey.
Apparently they're all on Twitter.
Apparently.
I bet. And nor am I going to seek anything out. Because one of our pals, Mike, this week was talking to me about something chill that Todd McFarlane said, which is not in character, but Mike had clicked on a thing that he said he shouldn't have clicked on. And it was basically this dude just being like, so what do you think about like woke culture trying to take over comics? And Todd McFarlane was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, well, I mean, like woke, like, you know, woke stuff. And he goes, no.
Can you define this?
He said that.
Oh, he did?
He's like, what do you mean by that?
Yeah.
And he's just, well, you mean like it's just like it's woke, you know? Like it's just this
you can't
thing.
Use the word to define the word. It's so silly.
And so he goes, people create art. This is how this works. You put it out in the world, it sells. Awesome. It's valid. People are accepting it. It works. People aren't buying it. You know, it happens. It invalidates it in some kind of way sometimes, basically. He's just like, art is creation, art is intent. You put it out. There's no agenda. No one has an agenda when they're doing things. They're just creating things that comes from them. And he's like, so I reject your entire premise.
I gotta do it. Listen, I think I'm picking up Spawn now. Like,
oh, dang.
I wouldn't recommend it.
No, it's terrible. I will say that on record.
Yeah.
But more of the point is that back a little bit to the plot of okay, well, the first Doctor challenged him and won. The 14th Doctor challenged him and lost. Now there must be a third. So with a big ray gun, well, the toy maker goes, I pick the next Doctor to have a battle with.
Yes.
I pick my next opponent.
Laser.
Yeah.
Which is so much the mirror of, oh, we should have seen the writing on the wall, because when he got shot by a Dalek the first time.
Yep.
Oh, now in hindsight, I go, I should have seen it coming. Something was weird with this regeneration. And it's Tennent. If I had a nickel for every time Tennent fucked up the regenerations.
That was my thing at the end of all of this. I was like, man, Russell T Davies just wants some happy endings for Tennant and his characters.
Yeah. he
Right?
does.
But deservedly so.
Absolutely.
Oh no,
so
the regeneration feels a little different. Hey, pull.
it's
Yeah, I
the
love
the
that.
bi-generation, was it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm,
So in a director's commentary,
mhm.
Russell T Davies has revealed that the moment the 14th Doctor went through a bi-generation, every other Doctor in his past also did that.
What?
So, making the show Tales of the TARDIS, that was BBC iPlayer exclusive, 100% canon because all the Doctors got old.
Oh, that's cool.
And lets all the little stories, like the two two Doctors, where the 6th Doctor and the 2nd Doctor met, lets that happen because Patrick Troughton got old.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
that's
it
All
good.
continue to
it
happen.
builds a solution.
Aw.
And like it builds a solution in such a Doctor Who way, which is like, oh yeah, by generation, that's a myth. Anyways, it happened. And I love whenever Doctor Who is just like, how did this happen? They're like, because it did. And they're like, sounds good. That's the science I need.
Hang on, I gotta be right back. I gotta look at TARDIS Wiki and then I'll get it.
Yeah.
TARDIS Wiki's gonna have a field day trying to fit that all in.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. It's beautiful. I love whenever someone comes along with an idea that's just like, and here's how we can actually make this more fun. Instead
Right.
of, and here's how we like do this thing that sections off this, blah, 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 blah.
Right. So let's all of those happen. Inside Tales of the TARDIS, the 7th Doctor goes, yeah, I'm just from a reality where I just continued. We
Aw.
continued having adventures. And then this comes out and it's like, oh, you planned this from the start, you smart man.
Oh, that's devious. I
Oh.
love it.
And that's the other thing about Russell T Davies. You can't feel him in the episode being like, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
See? It
It's
comes
set up
from
and
this
set up
place
and
of,
set up. It's
Mhm.
no,
yeah.
I'm smart and here it is.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's just like, here you go.
I was forever ago, I was listening to an episode of Radio Free Scaro, who's been like podcasting since
Ever.
the
Mhm.
beginning of podcasting, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've
got like well over 700 episodes.
I was about to say it was like 600, 700 episodes, something like that.
Yeah. They've been going for what, like 12 years? Something
Edmonton based.
wild.
Mostly.
Mostly. I think one of the guys moved away at some point, but it started out Edmonton based,
Yeah.
as far as I remember.
And
Stephen, tell me if I'm wrong. I know you will. Hearts.
we had him and his partner Erica, who did kind of does Verity.
Yeah.
I can't remember if Verity's still going. I've heard different things.
That's true.
But they were on a 2-part Doctor Whooch guest episode, and it was so amazing because Stephen has all of these things in his head, and even blitzed out of his mind, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, and this thing here," and we would watch Erica just sort of like,
Yep.
kind of sit back, and this knowing smile on her face is like, "I know who I married.
Yeah.
I know this. I did this intentionally.
Basically wind him up.
She
and
would.
let him
She
go.
would literally just like dude, and he'd be like, "Brrr."
And we're just watching like with our mics. We're like, wow.
It was
So
so
much.
fun to see. Oh, it's so great.
It's like their podcast is like the opposite of what Doctor Whooch was, where we're just two drunken idiots who are like, I don't know the name of that guy who was in that episode in the show. And they're just like names, dates, like their information. They're and they're also not drunk.
That's why you guys invited me.
Yeah, to make us look dumb. Yes.
Oh.
I appreciate your.
No, I love having your stuff on. It's cool because you know a lot of stuff that I don't, which is great because then
you came prepared, and that is not our way.
that is rude, and you shall never be invited. I'm kidding.
No.
no.
We'll absolutely have you back.
Oh my god!
If we're doing these again, you're absolutely coming back.
Yeah, no, this is super fun. I actually like it with guests because we run out of steam after a while, but with like a third or fourth person in the mix, it's like, okay, then we can all talk.
I think for
Like we haven't even addressed Shooty Godboy coming out of David Tennant.
I know. And he was delightful and I love him.
and
That's a very sexy
calling
man. Sorry.
people
That's-
like lovely and all
Never
that kind of stuff.
apologize,
Like
never apologize.
he's just
So basically what happens is that
nope.
really, dude? No.
The toy I'll pick up. So
Oh.
the toy maker shoots the 14th Doctor in choosing his next opponent. Regeneration happens. I'm
Generation.
I'm a little dumb because I was expecting I don't want to go.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, well, I mean, he did
Except
have
for
a line,
But he's
basically.
still
right.
But then it pans
Because
back
he
out,
says-
and it's like, wait, what?
Because he says Alon Z, and what's Alon Z in
Yeah.
English?
Let's go.
So he's ready.
He's ready this time. Yeah.
Bastard. And it took someone to like I saw it on TikTok and I went, oh, I'm stupid.
Oh.
Oh,
It's
That's
so
okay.
perfect.
That's a
It's
fandom
so
sword.
smart. But and again, it's still fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And they're like the whole thing where, with Donna and Mel was there and they're holding his hands and he's just like,
Oh.
wait, something's different.
Oh my god, can we talk about Mel for a second?
It was so nice to see her again. Like there's always that drama of like, yeah, I'm an orphan and also you left me on like this other planet.
Right?
But like
Hearing Sabalon Glitz and
Yep.
like just hearing those name drops, I'm like, I've watched that. I know who that is.
mhm.
And you're back and you're working for Unit as it looks like all the former companions kind of
A
do,
lot-
I guess,
yeah,
for
100%.
sure.
I mean, they have special transferable skills.
Yeah.
100. Hey, no, hey, employment in this day and age, we take it. We love
Oh
it,
my gosh,
Absolutely.
yeah. I'd work for a unit if I was any kind of qualified.
right? And it's like seeing Mel there and then
Yeah.
making her a part of the regeneration
Oh,
That was amazing.
is awesome.
and I loved that bait and switch because it's so perfect with the Alonzi, and it plays and it plays and it plays and it goes honk.
And we're all waiting, and he's waiting, and everyone's like, "Is it gonna happen?"
And then the bi-generation happens.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely wonderful. We've got double doctors, baby,
And they're like immediate best friends. They're like puppies
Yeah.
and a puppy park.
Yeah.
They're like,
which is
"You're
so
the fun!"
different.
I love it.
Listen, the hug and the kiss on the forehead, it is so
Oh.
much like
So sweet.
listen,
You
me-
can already tell he's gonna be a different kind of doctor.
Oh.
I love Gatwa's energy.
Yeah.
Because it's
like
it's so
sometimes it takes you
accepting.
to make you feel okay.
Oh my god, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Can you
And-
imagine?
Oh,
Hi.
and all of this, and like think of even all of the modern instances where we've seen the Doctor meet themselves, and even a lot of the past instances, honestly, because we've watched a few where doctors all come together and they
Yes.
do not like each other.
They don't.
not for the most part. No.
No.
They're always like really catty with each other.
They're like,
Yeah, they're always
"Mm, I like
it's
your
the dandy
purpose."
and the clown. Like,
And so this was so refreshing and it just felt so genuine and like I'm you and I know you need a hug right now.
Exactly.
so
all
here's a
time.
hug, here's a kiss on the forehead, and
Yeah.
we'll talk more. But first, I challenge you to a game
Of Catch.
of
They
Catch, the
saved
world
the
home
world
of
through
games.
Catch.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Love it.
That was so sweet. Like it was just
It's so Doctor Who.
It's so Doctor Who. I
Yeah.
was just about to say that.
We're not
yeah.
fighting.
No, we're just
Right.
playing
We're,
catch.
we're playing catch.
I mean,
yeah.
mind you, we're 100.
Right. I'm not, I'm not gonna beat you with a sword. I'm gonna a little outwit you.
Yeah.
But it's more like, you know what? Let's just toss the ball back and forth.
Yeah.
This will be more fun.
It's so good.
Be a
And
little bit. I'm on your team.
yeah.
I love that.
And I also love the through line of these 3 episodes of the Doctor really confronting himself in a
Yeah.
or themselves in a lot of ways, and having those talks with Donna and whatnot. And
Oh, it's very much the mirror. Like in episode 1, we get Dr. Donna through a pane of glass, And then in episode 2, we get Doctor versus himself and Donna versus herself. So the Doctor Donna versus themselves with a pane of glass.
Yeah.
And suddenly now the glass isn't there. And now we have him looking and talking to himself.
Oh, wow. I hadn't thought about
And
it
it's
that
this
way.
acceptance.
Ugh!
Because the 3
Like-
episodes, they're going through these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is the Doctor literally looking at himself and being like, I know what you need right now. You don't, because you're from my past. You
Right.
are literally from my past. You're an old
Yeah.
face trying to deal with old traumas.
Mm.
And I am older. I know better. And I know what you need right now is to hear that it's okay. And I accept you for who you are.
Right.
And
I am who you will be, but we will get there.
exactly. And because of this acceptance, then this version of the Doctor gets to live
Parade
his-
around in his underpants for 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I
Lovely.
really
Please
like
continue to
that-
parade around your underpants. Please do.
Yes. He has some great legs. But I really like the touch of they came out with half of the outfit. Because
Right.
he had his tie, his shirt, and then Tennant was left with just the vest and the undershirt. And so
Right.
you could
Okay.
see-
But now, think of it this way. And Danica, I'm going to put this thought in your head. As of that moment, David Tennant is going commando
Oh.
Yeah, he is.
because Shudigado would take the underpants.
Yep.
Right.
Because at
Yep.
the end scene, when you can see the tooth, you can see that David Tennant's not wearing any shoes because Shudigado was wearing the shoes. So we know he loses them.
Yeah, I like that.
True.
Yep. Good times.
Mhm.
Good times.
Like it's such a good series, just like a
Right.
mini series.
Mhm.
It accomplishes everything. It is very Doctor Who. It does your sort of like weird single off episode, but it hits all the emotional beats you need. It has a through line throughout the whole thing. It's just so well done. And
Keep moving, Max.
Max,
we haven't
Keep moving. Come,
Friend.
Come on, buddy.
we haven't truly disliked a lot of recent Doctor Who. Like we had a lot of fun with Chibnall, but like this is something else.
Oh, I am of the opposite opinion. I didn't like most of Chibnall. I didn't like the one where the Sea Guardians came back. That's an episode that literally put me to sleep. And Doctor Who isn't supposed to do that for me. Like it is my sci-fi of choice. Like it's not supposed to put me to sleep.
No, I get it. I didn't enjoy everything, but I think what helped because we had ended the podcast with such exhaustion that being able to watch Doctor Who again and not have to analyze it and talk about it every week and like we could just literally look at each other after the episode and go, that was really fun.
Yeah.
was-
Yeah.
And so I did there was a lot of that in there. I definitely don't think that it was very like a bad series. I think a lot of episodes were kind of middling. But there were some really great ones. So I think it
Uh-huh.
just doesn't have
And
to
don't get me
write-
wrong, there are diamonds in that ref, and
Yeah.
most of it is worth watching. I agree. It's just that it peters out at the end. I'm like, no, but you have a thing, and I would like resolution to the thing, and something is still unanswered, even when Russell T Davies gets a crack at explaining it all. I'm like, no, you have left out a character, and if she doesn't come back, I'm gonna be a little upsetty.
I love what like one of the things that we really keyed into was because Chibnall did really seem to come back to this is fun
Yeah.
Yes.
thing, and we were missing that so much with Moffat, and we were getting so frustrated that
Mhm.
it's not the best run, and there's a
No.
lot of reasons for it. And I will admit I was extremely worried because Chibnall was a person who show ran some of Torchwood,
Yes.
and man, Torchwood could be perfect and the worst thing you've ever seen.
It is the epitome of hit and miss, and I love that show to death.
It's
Yeah.
oh my
but-
god.
Boy, oh boy, the moment someone else put it down.
So the thing that caused me to be like, oh, I don't know about this was looking up Chibnall's history with Doctor Who, and he was the person who wrote the Cyberwoman episode of Torchwood.
Oh, man.
And I went, Oh no, I don't know about this at all.
There's beats in that particular episode I really like, and then the rest of it is like, please stop talking.
Yeah, it's pretty
it's
bad.
it's basically like, what if Cyberwoman, what if Cyberman, but little sexy, What if that? And like, no, but we could not. And they're like, but what if? Like, no, but we don't need to. But what if?
And like, wasn't it basically like a cyber bikini? I
It
mean,
really
I remember
was.
we saw her tummy.
Like, it was like a half
Mhm.
cyber lady that Yanto used to date, was his
Uh,
partner, and was like half cybernized. And so he was like keeping her
I'd
in
have
the
to-
basement.
Ah.
And
Yeah, no,
Ah.
I don't prefer to remember that one. There's better Torchwood episodes.
oh my god,
Correct.
like,
Much better.
the
The Torchwood is the epitome of hit and miss.
I love Torchwood. It will always have a special place in my heart, but
Torch-
it's not because it's good all the time.
Correct.
Torchwood is some of our absolute best Doctor Whoch episodes,
Oh yeah, it's because it's really fun when you're drunken with friends.
especially the American season.
Watching that
Yeah.
with you and Devin for the first
Oh my
time,
goodness.
because I had seen that before, and you guys had it, and it was just hilarious for me.
Like there's the start where it's just like, it's American now. I have a bazooka. And
I mean, I'm sorry, like I hate the Americanization of things, but Gwen Cooper with a bazooka, I will take
Yeah.
that any day. She is
Correct.
vamp.
but then
And the little homage to Gwen Cooper in The Giggle,
Oh,
where they
missed-
play a little bit of her theme song.
what?
When
I don't remember anybody's theme song. That's
don't
that's
even
the
worry about
thing
let
that's the level
me
of
let me
me.
go off for 30 seconds.
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. Go.
So Shudigadwa, when he was talking to David Tennant in the TARDIS and they've resolved the problem, and he's like, no, you need to stay. You need to have a mental health moment. Like, I remember them all. I remember Rose. I remember River. I remember Sarah Jane. Can you believe that she's dead? I'm so sorry you haven't processed that.
my
I will process that. We will move on together.
Yeah.
And in that moment, the next person, he doesn't say the person, but Gwen's theme from Torchwood plays.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
gonna have to
Oh.
watch
It's a
that
whole-
again.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I've never been one for music, and not that I don't I dislike it. I just don't catch it.
And I usually do. Like that's
Yeah,
my I miss that entirely.
but I mean, would you remember Gwen's theme from Torchwood? We haven't watched this in years.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
thank the internet for that one. I didn't think of that.
No worries.
I'm
That's
taking credit
cool.
for it anyway.
I
But
can
it's fine.
hear it in my head now,
Really?
but I wouldn't have picked it out.
There's so many themes for the companions that I just don't even pay attention to.
I like Amy's was the clearest one.
Yes.
Mhm. I think they play
Yes.
it the most often. So I
That's
started noticing.
why, like, when the Doctor and Donna are in episode 1 and they are in like the Doctor is about to rattle off the Winter Soldier code to unlock her,
Oh yeah.
which it just very much is. I am the Doctor from 11 plays.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, no, this is definitely going to be some rewatches.
Oh my goodness.
With like
Right?
some additional trivia to look for, because there's always so much in
Right?
new episodes.
Like I
So-
think in general, we're just gonna rewatch the Dr. Tennant Donna season.
yeah,
We're just gonna do that.
amazing.
as much as we've seen series 4, yes, absolutely.
So then, the Toymaker's play space isn't over yet because he was in our reality. So
Mhm.
Shudigadwa, having the most brain cells of the bunch, goes, yeah, let me just hit the TARDIS with a hammer. Great. And now
Yeah.
there's 2.
That was so cool.
I
and
love-
like cartoon logic. It was
Right?
literally like
100%.
Looney Tunes logic.
It's still Doctor Who where he's like, oh yeah, since this is still mostly in play, I will do this thing.
I will do this
It makes
absolutely
sense.
absurd thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
it makes sense because I
God.
said it does. And that's Doctor Who. That's always been Doctor Who.
Yeah.
People he's like, oh yeah, this works here. And they go, why? And he's like, because this. And you just go,
And that's
Absolutely.
the reason. Here you go.
and
And then he whacks it, and we have 2.
it's the perfect moment. It allows
One is wheelchair accessible.
Yep.
That was so cool.
It
And I was like, so are you gonna go on the TARDIS? Like, come on. I mean,
go in the TARDIS. Like,
it I could see the executives at Big Finish just seeing dollar signs in their eyes. They're just sitting there just being like, oh, perfect. This is amazing. And you get somewhat similar to when the kind of sloughed off doctor in the alternate reality hangs out with Rose, and he can actually say that he loves her, and they get to be together. And then you have this situation where these two can be best friends forever. So
well, kind of. I mean,
well, yeah.
I mean,
they'll be best friends whether they're not they like each other.
Yeah, and
Good night, Lori.
And it's
good night, Lori.
It's that whole thing where you realize and you see that that you get these happy endings for these characters,
right? And that is what David Tennant's Doctor deserves.
Yeah.
After so
Donna.
much, I don't do families, I don't do these things, and you can draw all the lore reasons on why he doesn't do families. To go, oh, at the end of time, I had the Doctor's children, right? The children of the TARDIS. This is my family. This is what I built. This is my influence. And then at the very end, coming back, crazy Auntie Mel.
I loved everything about that scene.
Yeah, like Doctor Who is hugely about found family, and so some of that family is
video's gone.
Oh, what? That's not good.
Yep, I've got bars now.
Maybe our camera's gone. One sec.
That's not good. Do you have your camera on?
One sec.
Yeah, shut
up. Back.
No, it's okay. We'll be back in a sec. He's plugging away.
Happens.
Yeah, I thought we had enough for.
Yeah,
tonight.
well, it was the whole thing. So.
That careful. I said careful.
Drunk podcast. Hi.
Drunk podcast.
There we go. We'll make it work. Because we are getting to the end anyway.
It's true.
But yeah, no, the bi-generation scene was amazing. I love I
like the jukebox in the new TARDIS.
The jukebox in the new okay. I have to say that there was a little piece of my heart that really wanted Tennant to get his TARDIS back. So like because there was a jukebox in one and it was different and it wasn't exactly the same, my brain was like, will he get
his old, because they do have those sets.
I know. And I know it's complete fan service, but I would have been like
So there was some in the director's commentary.
Yeah.
Russell T. Davies is like, there has been some murmurs that it is a different TARDIS wholeheartedly. And then he looks dead straight into camera and goes, in the next season, I will prove to you that it is the same TARDIS and has been the whole time.
Interesting.
I'm like, what does that mean? Hello, other consoles.
Take me back to that tacky orange. I love it.
Right?
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So I am so excited for Gatwa. I've been excited since he was cast because like we've been watching him in numerous shows, mainly Sex Education. But,
and then he's in the Barbie movie, and that Ken is the Doctor, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like honestly, his the range that he has in Sex Education is the Doctor. Like it is a sublime, goofy, like, but then just like wholly affecting and just trying to find their place. My goodness.
And that is exactly what the Doctor Who casting should do. You should take someone that has had a bit part here and there, or has had like, they're in this movie over here. I don't know if many of y'all have seen it. It's Barbie. Everybody saw it. But and give them, okay, you're going to lead the show. It is all on you. We're going to bank on your entire personality. It's yours. How would you like to influence it? And what Shubhi Gadwa has done is the new Sonic has been revealed.
Oh,
and it's not like a thing. It's like two pods that are connected to each other. It's
like two circle things.
Cool.
Oh, I'm so excited.
It's so cool.
And on it is a Rwandan phrase because Shutagadwa is from Rwanda.
That's so cool. Yeah, and
And
he
it's
used his actual accent for the show
right.
too, which is amazing.
Right.
Because they
So it's
literally made David Tennant not be Scottish.
right until except for one episode where he gets to use his no unnatural accent. But like it's a Rwandan phrase that loosely means wit is mightier than the sword, which is exactly Doctor Who.
Oh, that's so good.
They're being so good about this.
I'm so excited for his Doctor because already, the casting was perfect, but seeing him, be okay with hugs, be okay with kisses, be okay with like emoting.
Oh my goodness.
The Doctor has never
be
been
okay with going to a rave.
Sorry?
Be okay with going to a rave as we see for the Christmas special.
I'm excited.
Because as everybody remembers, the Doctor dances.
The Doctor does dance. What you gotta beg him some transformations, but yeah. This Doctor, yes, we still do the what was it, the tall giraffe or something?
Yeah, the ugly
giraffe, whatever. Yeah.
I love it. I'm just
so ready. I'm so ready. So so in love with being in love with Doctor Who again.
Yeah.
And like chasing it and wanting it. It's revitalized it. And that was exactly what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
Well, and it is
while, that first episode had a line that was a little cringy when you take it out of context. That's what Doctor Who is supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's be like, no, we're gonna tackle these problems. This is sci-fi.
Yeah.
This is what sci-fi does. Star Trek did it, Deep Space Nine did it, Red Dwarf did it, less or so. But like, this is sci-fi.
Yep.
It's supposed to tackle modern problems with a extraterrestrial answer.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
And the fact that he's not human means he can look at us from outside. Yeah. And so he can see things that humans can't because we're very stuck in the mire of it all. Like this one was social media. You're stuck on your screens, you dum-dums.
Yeah.
This thing has been on your screens for 85 years or whatever.
Well, and to that end, I think it's very thematic that the next season is like season 1. They're restarting the numbering on the series.
Wow.
Right. So it is now Classic Who, the
New Who.
It is New Who and You Who, and now it is Modern Who, because modern, just like comics, will always be what we currently exist in.
I love it. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to wrap up because also my computer is going to die soon.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I think any last comments? I guess.
We will see everybody for the Church on Ruby Road.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We'll figure out a day for it because obviously we're not doing it on Christmas or after.
Will not be doing it on Christmas. I'll tell you that. I will be watching it on Christmas because that's my tradition.
Yep. Ours too.
Yeah.
We're gonna duck away from the family event for an hour and watch
exactly because like it's on Disney Plus now. The store technically pays for it for the family as well.
Yeah, so it'll be available down there.
If you have a whole bunch of time, or want to get into the classic stuff, all of the classic stuff is available on Tubi.
It sure is.
And all of New Who, including all of the Flux and everything, is available on Amazon Prime as a part of your Prime membership. And it is Doctor Who is as most accessible as it's ever been.
Yeah,
it's true.
That's amazing.
You no longer have to find me and borrow DVDs from me.
Yeah.
And like Tubi's free, folks.
Yeah.
You just sign up for it and they just give you things.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff on there. There's trash too. But
there's some wild stuff on there.
It's a range and you'll have fun either way.
That is how I got my buddy of mine to watch classic Doctor Who. It's on Tubi. He's like, oh, I've got that. I'm watching it. And now he's most of the way through the Tom Baker stuff.
Nice.
Brilliant. I love it. That's awesome.
That's great. All
right, folks. Thank you all for being here with us tonight. And whenever you're watching this, it's been a time. I miss doing this a little bit.
Yeah, I like doing it every so often.
Yeah.
It was getting too much to do it every week.
Every week? No.
I really like.
No, we'll just do like season recaps or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
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 Cool.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Austin. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Well, we'll talk to y'all soon. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.